Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Monday, December 17th, 2018. Today, Pope Francis turned 82 years old. And today, the New Orleans Saints, the team with the most Catholic symbolism in the NFL, improved to 12-2, the first NFL team to get to 12 wins in this NFL season. For many years, I've shown how the world of professional sports is scripted, and oftentimes the teams with the Catholic symbolism, their scripted games are synced up with the Catholic Church and the Pope. I've already done this a number of times this year with the New Orleans Saints. You can only see this scripting by understanding Gematria. So, real quick, I just want you to see that the Saints, their record is now 12-2, and they became the first team to get to 12 wins, winning with 12 points. Just like how earlier this year they had their 10-game win streak snapped with 10 points scored in the game. That game was on the 29th of November, 29th, the 10th prime. Anyhow, their record is now 12-2, right? And Pope Francis turned 82 years old today. So we're going to start here with these two numbers, 82 and 122, which is a lot like 12-2. Taking the alphabetic order, the name Saints sums to 82. S is the 19th letter, A is the first, I is the 9th, N is the 14th, T is the 20th, S is the 19th. Here it is, S-A-I-N-T-S, Saints 82. Like how Pope Francis is 82 years old today. And what do you think Pope Francis equals? Who wants to guess? They're 12-2. What do you think Pope Francis equals to? How about 122? Like 12-2? We talked about this before with Rig Sports and Pope Francis and these same numbers in the past. The same rituals. They happen every single year. So what are the odds, right? The most Catholic team in the league improves to 12-2. The Saints on Pope Francis's 82nd birthday, right? Now, today's the 17th, and the Saints, they became 7-1 on the road. I want you to see this. The Saints became 7-1 on the road. The Panthers became 5-2 at home, okay? Both numbers matter. Earlier this year, I talked about the genocide riddle with the Saints on Monday Night Football 71 days before the Pope's birthday. It was a span of 71 days. Catholic equals 71. This is the Saints tied for their best away record in franchise history. 7-1, 71. Catholic, 71. By the way, if you guys don't follow me on Patreon, I put out this pick before the game. When things line up this well with the Pope's birthday, it's not too hard to read. A lot of people keep asking me, Zach, tell me the pick. Hey, if you guys want to know the picks, sign up for Patreon. It's a very modest price. You want to gamble, you'll pay off, make one bet, you'll pay off your whole yearly subscription to my Patreon page. So anyway, 7-1 on the 17th. Numbers that are reflections of each other, right? Now for the Panthers, who fell to 5-2, the Panthers are now on a 6-game losing streak. They were 6-2 earlier this year. They're now 6-8. They've lost 6 straight. They're now 5-2 at home. And why does that matter? Well, Pope equals 52. And what do you think 6 equals? 52. See how this works? See how it works? It's just so scripted. Today, I'll just show you this real quick so you don't have to take my word for it. Sean Payton, this is the coach of the Saints right here. His birthday is December 29th. I want to show you something. From his last birthday, Sean Payton, 54 years old. Jesuit order equals 54. We'll talk about that in a moment. But from his birthday, December 29th, 2017, he's coming up on his next birthday. From that birthday to today is 353 days later. Now, why does that matter? Why does that matter? It matters because 353 is the 71st prime number. You see? 7-1 on the road, Catholic, the Pope's birthday. This is how scripted it all is. Everyone who's in their position, from the Pope to the head coach of these NFL teams to these star quarterbacks, they are all born and bred to be. It's long planned out. I want you to pay attention to something in the world of professional sports. I want you to look at these athletes and see where they went to high school and where they went to college. You're going to start to realize, like, whoa, almost all of these guys went to either a Catholic Jesuit high school or a Catholic Jesuit college. It's overwhelming. It is overwhelming. It is disproportionate. And think about what religion is. Religion is about controlling the minds of the masses. Isn't sports too? How's it any different? Sports absolutely controls the minds of the masses in this world. You know, probably more than anything else there is. I'd say this day and age, that's probably the one thing that controls the minds of the masses more than anything, even more than religion, even more than government, probably more than any other form of entertainment. That's why they do this, because they're interested in control. This is a way to control people. And what happens when you watch a sports game? You get bombarded with all this advertisement, cultural propaganda, etc., etc. Drink beer, buy a truck, buy this. You know. So here's what else I want to show you. I took some pictures here. If you watched the game, there was this amazing play, and I'm always talking about watch the clock in these planned and scripted rituals. Games on the line, Saints are down at the goal line, they're up 12-9. They have a chance to kick a field goal at worst or score a touchdown and make the lead bigger. And the running back runs for the pylon, he extends in the air, he gets hit, and the ball goes flying out through the end zone. And the clock stops right at a minute 44. What's the square root of 144? 12? Going for the 12th win, first team to win 12 wins. But what else is there about 144? So I'm going to come back here to the calculator. We were looking at the alphabetic order before. I'm going to type in the name Drew Brees real quick. Drew Brees, 99th NFL season. That's with the alphabetic order. If you flip the alphabetic order around, if you make Z1 and you count back to A is 26, Drew Brees is 144, okay? If you write out New Orleans, it's 144. And Pope Francis, he's the first publicly Jesuit pope. Jesuit order with the alphabetic order is 144. Remember when Donald Trump visited the Vatican? There was that weird picture in the media. Donald Trump with this big, ugly grin on his face. You know, the orange Oompa Loompa with the comb over, grinning like the devil, standing next to the Pope. And then Melania and Ivanka looked like they were dressed for a funeral. Do you guys know this image? That image is from May 24th, the 144th day of the year. And Trump himself went to the Jesuit University Fordham. He went there exactly 52 years before he became president-elect. 1964, 52 years before 2016. Here, just in case you don't know what picture I'm talking about, Donald Trump, Pope Francis, Melania, I'm sure that'll pull it up. I'll never forget this image. Oh my God. Just look at it. The devil himself. Look at it. Look at these people. What is wrong with Pope Francis? He looks like he just got the rear end treatment, maybe from this guy. And what is wrong with them? I mean, this is like I don't know. I still don't know what I'm looking at. But this picture is from May 24th, the 144th day of the year. Okay? I just want you to understand, from sports to the presidency to what's going on with the Pope to what's in your news, it's all scripted by this code. Again, that term, the cabal, comes from Kabbalah. Kabbalah says God created the world by merging the letter with the number. These people play God with these numbers every single day in many different ways. My point about this play right here is, as amazing as it seems, it was no doubt scripted. I mean, go watch. The running back, the ball just comes flying out so easy. Come on, the game's on the line. You paid millions of dollars to play sport. Hold on to the ball tight. You know, he didn't even get hit that hard in the hands and it came flying out. It was supposed to do that. That was the planned ritual at a minute 44. Because, see, they already know they're winning. They're getting the 12th win on the Pope's birthday. It's the big Pope Francis salute. You know, why 12-9? Why a final score of 12-9, which was the final score? Here, let me show you why. I know why, because I know the code. So we've talked about the alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order. Again, there's 4 base ciphers. I used to not know the reverse. Type in the word Bible. It has this gematria 30 with the alphabetic order, like Jesus' ministry begins at age 30, and 21. 21. How about the word Jesuit? 21. Pope Francis, first publicly Jesuit Pope. Almost all these athletes on the field having gone to Jesuit schools. Just go look for yourself. High school, college, almost all of them. It's insane when you start to look at it. You're like, whoa, what is going on here? Don't forget the whole story with this cabal thing is once upon a time, the Knights Templar secured the Holy Grail from Solomon's temple. And the Holy Grail is this knowledge of Kabbalah, which so many of you just want to reject. You don't want knowledge. You don't want the truth. You want more beers and rigged sports games. But understand, people died for this knowledge. Yours truly figured it out because he was observant. But anyway, I want to type in Jesuit order real quick. Earlier I was talking about the 54 thing. Here, let's put up all four base ciphers real quick. Jesuit order, 54. How about Drew Brees? 54. How about New Orleans? 54. Notice the 45 too for both of them, New Orleans and Drew Brees. 45. That's the 9th triangular number. The Panthers go down with 9 points. You see how it works? The one thing I haven't done yet is look at the box score. There's always some juicy stats in the box score. Aha! Drew Brees with 191 yards. This is what I love about Gematria and just proving my points every single week. Some of you out there might be like, how do I know you didn't look at already at the box score? I promise you I didn't. I guess you can't really know that. But the thing is, next week when prime time rolls around, you'll be able to prove the same type of riddles. So 191 net yards for Drew Brees, huh? Let me type in Jesuit order. Or two, that's not what I want to type in. Excuse me. Society of Jesus is what I want to type in because that's the full name of the Jesuit order. The Society of Jesus, 191. That's the 43rd prime number, the 43rd. Why does that matter? Because old football's 43, so is Masonic, so is Yale. American football is credited to the Scottish Rite Freemason, Walter Camp, who went to Yale, you know, home of the Bush number 43. Bush, H.W. Bush, the 43rd vice president, Jeb Bush, the 43rd governor of Florida. By the way, the team that went down tonight was from Florida. Or no, excuse me, guys, they weren't. For a second, I'm getting carried away. Carolina Panthers, they're close to Florida, but they're not from Florida. Anyway, that's why 191 yards there for Drew Brees'. Look at the 35 passing attempts. I love it. And over here, net 149 yards. It's just like, you got to be kidding me, man. Catholics 35, 149 is the 35th prime. Every week, you guys, every single week, you can apply this code and just be like, God, look how scripted it is. Every week. Alvin Kamara, 67 yards. We have 67 date numerology. Let me show you. Today has 67 date numerology. Let's just do the math. 12 plus 17 is 29. Plus 20 plus 18 is 38 more. That's 67. They beat the team from North Carolina. North Carolina is 67. 67 is the 19th prime number. And Saints in that same cipher is 19. Okay. Let me see. Let's leave no stone unturned. $155 total yards. It's a big number with the Freemasons. Freemasons, the plural, has that Gematria 155. This 98 total yards and 53 for the leading rusher. Religion's 53, the reflection of 35. New Orleans Saints has the Gematria of 98 as well. You'll see every week it's like this. By the way, with the 67 thing, one more thing that's relevant here. Where's the Vatican at? Italy, 67. Pope Francis. Filling out his scorecard right now. Look at the leading receiver. 67 yards again. Give me a break. 67 date numerology. 49 yards over here. Another big religion number. The word Lord's 49. Revelation, the return of the Lord. Lord's 49. You see Revelation's 49. NFL's 49. America's 49. No. America 49. Super Bowl 49. Big numbers here. If you guys haven't been following me all year, I said that this year, like last year, would be about the flag and the national anthem. And the national anthem was written during the War of 1812. Lo and behold, I said this before the season began. Lo and behold, the first game of the season, Eagles playing in it, the home of the flag. They end up winning the game 18-12. Like how last year the Super Bowl was all about the flag and national anthem, which we called September 23rd, deep into the season. But we did point out before the year began, Battle of New Orleans, which ended the War of 1812 equals 99, like how this is the 99th NFL season, like how Drew Brees number 9 is 99, like how the United States of America is 99, again, which was named on September 9th, 1776, 99. So if you guys can add 1 + 2, you can probably figure out what I'm trying to tell you here. That's enough. That's enough, right? So what I would like for people to do is go get this clown, Adam Green, who's now said multiple times that I'm a kook for saying that sports are scripted by the numbers, which is just the only people saying that are people who are completely brain dead. For 5 years, I've called out nearly every sports championship months before it's happened. You know, every single week I make people thousands and thousands of dollars off these rigged games, which is absolutely factual. Follow me on Patreon. You can follow for $5 a month. It's pretty much bargain basement price for getting probably the best knowledge being put out on the entire internet in the last 5 years. But I mean, I have just proven this work day after day, year after year, nonstop. I mean, does anybody have an argument? The only thing you could ever try to do to suppress this is do what that crazy man did last night. Just keep talking and not let me get a word in. You know? Adam Green, I'm calling you out, buddy. You said I'm a kook because I said sports are scripted by this code. I don't call people kooks, but honestly, you have to be very not with it to deny what I'm teaching. So if people want to go to Adam Green and say, hey, chump, Zachary K. Hubbard's calling you out, why don't you debate him about how kooky it is to say that sports are scripted? Because you see, I went on his channel. I educated him about this knowledge. I gave him a free copy of my book. I tried to support him. You guys didn't get to see that conversation we had before I went on his thing. He was all down and depressed because he got doxxed, and I gave him some uplifting words and told him to stay strong, and these people will just mess with you. Your life's not really in danger. You know, I can speak from experience for everything I went through. I was a nice guy to this guy. I gave him my book. You know, I taught him some things. And then what's he do? He goes and favorites every comment trolling me, calls me a kook. I mean, what a punk. He's out here saying he hates Jewish people. I mean, most people, it's just like, dude, if you're the way you are, I don't think you have any right to criticize anybody on this planet, you know? And you guys know where I stand on things. But I'm just saying, if you're that type of human being, if you're someone who treats somebody like shit who's good to you, you're not better than anybody else, you know? You know what I mean? So let Adam Green, the chump, know that I'm calling him out, and he really should put his mouth, you know, or more like put his money where his mouth is in terms of, you know, saying this work's a bunch of BS and I'm kook, because you got to be missing a lot of that gray matter up here to not grasp what I'm teaching, especially with a lesson like this. And I can do it week after week, day after day, you know. Some people just don't know where they stand in the hierarchy of humanity. If you're somebody who all you can bring to the table is editing clips of things already uploaded to YouTube and putting new music to it and putting an American flag waving in the background. By the way, for all you Adam Green supporters out there, Adam Green told me that the reason he has supporters is because, you know, even though he's not Christian, he likes to market to the Christians and pretend like he's one. And he knows he can get the Fox News crowd by having that American flag in the background, which looks like Fox News. So that's what Adam Green thinks of you guys who follow him. You know, he knows he can just fool you with some little shenanigans. And then he thinks he can also diss the truth. And then he makes videos making fun of this Chris Dorsey clown who I talked to last night. But really, those guys are almost one and the same. They don't listen. They talk too much. They dismiss truth. They don't really have anything new to bring to the table. So anyway, just getting that little point out there because I don't like people in the world out there talking mess about me when there's no reason to be talking mess. You know. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Hope you appreciated the lesson. Do me a favor, let that chump know he's been called out. Let's see if he can debate and prove how kooky all of this is, because we all know we can't. You know. All right, truth seekers, until next time.